Yellowjackets hosting their lone outdoor meet of the spring. Rio, this will be the last one for you. It's been quite a ride to this point. What'll be going through your mind, do you think, on Thursday when you have your last home meet?
Well, I'm actually doing my first 5K of the season, which has always been kind of my race for outdoor, so it makes it a little more nerve-wracking. But I'm excited that all my family and friends can come out and actually watch us compete. They hear us talk about it all the time, but they sometimes don't really know what it's all about. So it'll be exciting to get out there in front of everyone.
Yeah, talk about what that'll be like your first 5K of the year, because you guys have had three meets out already for the outdoor season. You have one every weekend, so you focus on something different every week.
Yep, I've been running the 15 so far, and I threw in an 8 last weekend. But I really want to focus on making sure I get a good time this weekend, so we're going to take my training down a little bit these first couple days of the week so that I can put down a really good time.
Is this a race that you take on this week, and then depending on how it goes, you run it a few more times throughout the spring, or how does that work?
Yep, I'm going to probably try for this one for conference and see how far I can get my time down. Our conference is pretty competitive in the middle distances, so I got a lot of work ahead of me still.
And talk about what it'll be like, or what it's been like these last 4 years being a senior in the program, the lone senior on the women's side. You've really been a leader for a talented, youthful squad.
It's crazy. It's been gone by so fast. I can't believe that this is my last season as a Yellow Jacket. I'm really kind of taking it all in, and I'm excited for my new adventure, but I'm definitely going to miss being a Yellow Jacket.
Talk a little bit about those new adventures, newly accepted into law school, and just what your plans are for after your MSUB days.
Well, I'll be headed to Gonzaga Law School in Spokane to take on my law career, but I really think that being part of the sports program here has trained me and got me ready to know how to work through the law program there. So I'm going to take that with me, and I hope to run and do all that kind of outdoor stuff out there too.
Yeah, we've been putting in a lot of miles to distance runners. Myself and Jory, Ivan, everyone, we've been just running a lot of miles. Sprinters and jumpers have been working really hard too. I mean, it's all fires right now. We're all going hard, so it's pretty exciting.
What's your approach at this point? It's almost the midway point in the season with about a month until the GNAC championships. What's your approach as a distance runner to make sure you're staying in shape but not putting in too many miles?
Basically, just stay well rested, getting to bed on time, and it's not staying up late, doing Netflix or stuff like that, and just try to stay mentally strong. So.
And talk about this weekend. It's a chance to host a meet. You guys won't have to go on the road very far. You'll get to remain somewhat local here in the Billings area. Talk about that chance to host that meet.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I mean, when I started here 5 years ago now, we didn't have a home track meet, and now we got it. And so it's pretty awesome to say, hey, yeah, we have a home track meet, and we can invite everyone over and get everyone to come watch this race and jump and stuff like that.
Yeah, talk about what that's been like the last 5 years here. You're a senior now, and it's coming to a close this spring, but it's been a fun ride. You've got to be part of track meets and at home and starting that home meet. What's that culture been like?
It's been really incredible. I mean, it's amazing how fast 5 years just goes by, but I mean, it's been just awesome to say, where we started, where we didn't have a home track meet, to now we have a home track meet. So.
What do you think will be going through your mind on Thursday when you're out there at the track? You get to line up with your seniors and get recognized and compete one more time at home with this team.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty bittersweet. I mean, I'm definitely going to miss it, this part of my aspect of my life, but it's going to be great. I think just trying to enjoy it each day and enjoy the time with the team.
And you still have plenty of season left to go, several meets between now and the GNAC championships. How will you try and be a good leader for the rest of the team the rest of the way with a lot of season left?
Basically, just when we're doing workouts, when we're doing runs, or just out and about with the team, just supporting everyone, being there for the team. I mean, that's what you got to do as a senior, and just on all levels with the sprinters, no matter if you're a distance runner, you got to support everyone. So.
Yeah, last week was really a great meet for us. I think it was one of the things we liked about it was we got to go up against two other Division II schools, Black Hills State and South Dakota Mines, and those schools compete pretty close to us. We're really on par with them, so it was good to just go head to head with them, and rather than having some D1 schools in the mix, which we've had most of the year so far, but that was great to see. They're out of the RMAC, and I think that really helped us out.
Yeah, and Jory Egeland won the steeplechase. He earned GNAC Runner of the Week. Talk about his performance and what you're expecting to see from him this week.
Yeah, that was a really solid time. That was his personal best, and he's only a few seconds from a provisional national qualifying mark. You know, and I don't know if could get down there this year, but you know, certainly next year I think he's got a good chance of making the cut. You know, making the provisional is one thing, but you've got to be in probably the top 20 or so to make the final cut. But yeah, he made really good progress in that steeple, and it really does take it's got a pretty steep learning curve. It takes a few years to, you know, really get good at it.
And then Bo Ackerman in the field events, he threw a personal best in the javelin. He did post a provisional qualifying mark there. That's got to be a good sight. And what are you expecting from him the rest of the year?
Yeah, I think Bo's going to keep improving. He just needed to work on his steps. He's really quick. He's one of our sprinters too. He ran on the 4x1 team, and I think that his speed and his explosiveness out there is what's really helping him in the javelin. But I'd say the weak point for him is probably just getting his steps down, and that's something we can work on. We have plenty of time to do that. So he's leading. Yeah, he's leading the GNAC right now, and you know, I'm really hopeful for him for this coming the weeks coming up.
Looking at the women's side, this week it'll be Rio Frame's last home meet. The one senior on the women's side, and she'll be in there in the 8 and the 15, along with Nikki Aiken, who's shown some good promise this spring.
Yeah, Rio's been with us for 4 years, and yeah, this will be her last meet. You know, first time I saw her was running a high school meet out there at Laurel in one of the divisional meets, and so yeah, and she's the only senior we're losing, so we got a really young squad coming up, but yeah, we hope to get her times down either in the 1500 or especially the 5000 a little later on. We want to see if we can get her to conference, so got to work on that. So.
And just give us your overall sense of this meet coming up. Should be some good competition. South Dakota Mines, as you mentioned last week, they'll be here in Billings competing against you again. What are your thoughts on this meet?
I just think it'll be a good chance to you know, maybe push some marks down a little bit, especially in the sprints. It's going to be pretty warm. The facility at Laurel is you know, has a really nice track there. I think it's fairly fast. It might be a little tough for the distance runners with the temperatures, you know, going up into the mid 70s or so. But you know, I think it'll be okay. And we're running a few different things. Like for instance, Jory's running the 800 and 1500 this week. There isn't a steeplechase pit out there, but it's good to take a break from that. So I think some of our distance guys are going to drop down a little bit in distance. I'm looking forward to seeing our throwers out there, see what they can do. Brady Ostermiller's been having a pretty solid season on the men's side, and Cassidy Kuoha in the discus. She's starting to look really good in the discus, and hope we can improve out there.